Kperogi, the jihadist hit man as journalist. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. It has taken the emergence of Prof. Yemi Osinbajoto as a presidential aspirant to reveal the real identity of one Farouk Kperogi as privileged journalistic hack. Mr. Farouk Kperogi, who masquerades as a journalism teacher in some American university, has been a master of disguise. He masquerades as a columnist and sometimes lashes out at the obvious pitfall of people and government when it is convenient. He has found of late a quarry in Vice President Yemi Osinbajoto. His comments on the man have been dripped with bile and vitriol. The note of personal hatred and personalized insult cannot pass the most elementary test of fair comment or journalistic license. These comments, which lack both logic and reasons, have been relentless. The main thrust of these adolescent high school attacks is the fact that Osinbajoto is a Christian of the Redeemed Christian sect. For Mr. Kperogi, to be a Christian is a crime. To belong to the RCCG sect is even more heinous. For the VP to be a pastor in that sect is an even more unforgivable offense and the recording of this certified jihadist hack. The principle of religious freedom means nothing to this intellectual misfit and challenged pretender. Without proof, Mr. Kperogi has insisted that Osinbajoto is out on an evangelical mission to inundate government appointment and traditional institutions with RCCG members. More ridiculously, this jihadist foot soldier sees every editor, every media, and corporate CEO in the Southwest as an RCCG member. In his jaundiced view, Osinbajoto is at the helm of an RCCG imperialist project directed by Pastor Adeboye. Osinbajoto's legitimate right to vie for presidency is criminalized. Kperogi is even more angered by the political consciousness of Christian churches that have lately activated political departments to challenge the rampaging Islamic fundamentalism that has become a national security nightmare. No one can recall how many columns Kperogi devoted to fundamentalist terrorism, the kidnapping of clergymen, or the bombing of churches by his militants. It may not be known to the public that Kperogi and his bosom friend, a minister in charge of a strategic data-related ministry in this administration, are in the payroll of a Middle Eastern country with a mission to advance the Islamization of Nigeria. To this end, they are actively collaborating with their paymaster to collect every data about Nigerian citizens which is packaged and routinely shipped off to their fundamentalist patrons. For Kperogi, a politically organized RCCG is a bad sign for their fundamentalist agenda. They prefer disorganized and politically inept Christian congregations. Because of its nefarious foreign linkages, it is safe for Kperogi to remain ensconced in the safety of liberal America while feeding fat on both Iranian and Saudi intelligence grants and lavish handouts simultaneously. In return, he runs an elaborate disinformation machinery on aspects of Nigeria's domestic politics that runs against the grand scheme. Ordinarily, the faith that a high government official subscribes to should not disturb the peace. The right to belong to any faith is one of the most fundamental of rights guaranteed by our Constitution. But for this journalistic hitman, Osinbajoto is not entitled to this right because he dares aspire to be president. Mr. Kperogi can comfortably sit in the US where the right of faith is the norm, while lobbing missiles and grenades of religious hate and intolerance at his own country. Perhaps Prof. Osinbajo's presidential aspiration is serving the purpose of exposing the ideological jihadist in our midst. After his anti-Osinbajo campaign, perhaps Mr. Kperogi will have no other hiding place. Those who propagate hate against fellow Nigerians are no less a danger to our national security than the bandits and terrorists bombing trains and attacking airports. Mr. Kperogi is clearly in the front row of journalistic jihadism. Unfortunately for Kperogi, the vast majority of honest Nigerians of all faith are daily signing up to ensure that come May 2023, Prof. Yemi of Osinbajo is sworn in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Well, let me say this. There was a particular time Kperogi came out. I think it was early, immediately after the VP announced that he was going to be, a lot of article. Kperogi was on his neck, back to back, giving him bass blows. And, I was like, I never knew Kperogi to be like this. So, what is really up? And the thing is, he has not been saying anything until now. So I thought that, okay, it is alongside things you see during election. I never thought, I never gave it a thought. I never started thinking, no, could it be what he's saying is true? Could it be what he's saying is not true? Is the VP really like this? Because they know the new person finish. So, and of course, I was thinking as well, it could be, one of this article that is written to just, the market or market a particular candidate. So I didn't think of it. But this one, will I say Osinbajo's campaigners are now clapping back? Okay. If 20 Osinbajo contests for president, he will enter his room even with the population of RCCG. Whether Osinbajo, Tinubu, Sowore, any of them, that Almighty God knows he will make this country great. May the God let him or her win the presidential election. And you don't get to say this. We should be careful with your words, no matter how frustrated you are. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.